Millionaire CEO, drowning in success but dying inside, meets a lost little girl in an airport. She asks him one question that shatters everything he thought he knew about his life. It's 11:47 p.m. Terminal C, Los Angeles International. The place is a graveyard of delayed flights and dead dreams. And standing in the middle of it all, alone, invisible, drowning in a sea of strangers, is Marcus Hale, 42 years old, self-made millionaire, CEO of a tech empire worth hundreds of millions, designer suit, Swiss watch worth more than most people's cars, first-class everything, private jets, penthouse views, the kind of success people kill for. And not a single person in the world who would notice if he disappeared tonight. His phone buzzes for the 100th time. Another email, another deal, another seven-figure contract that means absolutely nothing. He stares at the screen, watching the notifications pile up like tombstones. And for the first time in 20 years, Marcus feels it. The suffocating weight of a life built on everything except what matters. His flight's been canceled. Storm over Denver. Standard procedure will be calling his assistant, arranging a private jet, being airborne in 30 minutes. But tonight he doesn't. He just stands there, frozen, numb, hollow, a ghost in a $10,000 suit, surrounded by hundreds of people and more alone than he's ever been. The terminal buzzes with chaos around him. Families reuniting, couples embracing, children laughing, everyone connected to someone. Everyone except him. And that's when he hears it. A small voice, shaking, terrified. "Excuse me, are you lost too, mister?" Marcus turns slowly, expecting to see nothing important, ready to brush it off like he brushes off everything else in his life. And there she is, a little girl, maybe 6 years old, red winter jacket, with a small stain on the sleeve, cream-colored knit beanie pulled down over messy brown hair. Small green backpack hanging off her tiny shoulders, way too big for her small frame. Her face is streaked with tears, eyes swollen and red from crying. She's clutching a worn stuffed rabbit, like it's the only thing keeping her from completely falling apart. What? Marcus blinks, genuinely confused. Nobody talks to him like this. Nobody approaches him, period. He radiates that energy, the don't bother me aura that keeps the world at arm's length. "I'm lost," she whispers, her voice breaking, fresh tears spilling down her cheeks. "I can't find my mommy. I've been looking everywhere." For a second, just a second, Marcus freezes. Every instinct screams at him to walk away. Call security. Handle it the way he handles everything. Delegate, distance, disappear. This isn't his problem. He's got his own storm to weather, his own collapse to manage, his own void to stare into. But something stops him cold. Maybe it's the way she's looking at him. Not like he's a millionaire, not like he's powerful, not like he's someone important or untouchable, but like he's just a person, a human being who might actually help, who might actually care, like he matters for reasons that have nothing to do with his bank account. He kneels down slowly, his expensive suit creasing against the cold, hard airport floor. I level with her now. Up close, he can see how scared she really is. How small, how alone. Hey, it's okay," he says softly, and his voice cracks in a way it hasn't in decades. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Emma," she sniffles, wiping her nose with her sleeve. "Okay, Emma, listen to me very carefully. We're going to find your mom. I promise you, you're not alone anymore, okay?" He reaches out his hand, the same hand that signs million-dollar contracts, that shakes hands with billionaires, that controls empires, and offers it to the scared little girl in a red jacket. She takes it. Her tiny hand disappears inside his. And for the first time in years, Marcus Hale feels human again. They search everywhere, gate to gate, bathroom to bathroom, information desk to security station. Marcus is on his phone, suddenly alive with purpose, calling airport security, terminal management, pulling strings he didn't even know he still had the energy to pull. His assistant keeps calling. Another emergency, another crisis, another thing that supposedly can't wait. And for the first time in his career, he declines every single call. People are staring now. this sharp-dressed millionaire businessman in a tailored suit and polished shoes, holding the hand of a crying little girl in a red winter jacket and green backpack. But Marcus doesn't care. For the first time in years, Marcus Hale isn't thinking about stock prices or quarterly reports or board meetings or the empire he built on the bones of his own humanity. He's thinking about her, about keeping her safe, about finding her mother, about making sure this little girl doesn't spend another second feeling the way he's felt every day for the past decade. Completely, utterly alone. What does your mommy look like? Marcus asks gently as they walk. She has brown hair like me, Emma says, squeezing his hand tighter. And she was wearing a blue coat. We were supposed to go see Grandma for Christmas. Christmas. Right. Marcus hasn't celebrated Christmas in 5 years. Just another day. Another reason to work. 20 minutes pass. Still nothing. Emma's getting more scared. More desperate. Her little hand trembling in his. What if we can't find her? She whispers. Marcus stops walking. Kneels down again. Looks her dead in the eyes. We will find her, Emma. I promise you. I don't break my promises. Even as he says it, a voice in his head whispers, Liar, you break promises all the time. You've been breaking them for years. And then Marcus sees her. A woman. Mid-30s. Brown hair. Blue winter coat. Absolutely frantic. Running to the terminal like her life depends on it. Like the world is ending. Screaming a name over and over. Emma. Emma. The little girl's head snaps up so fast. Mommy. She bolts. Rips her hand from Marcus's and runs faster than he thought possible for someone so small. Marcus watches, frozen, breathless, as Emma crashes into her mother's arms, both of them collapsing to the floor, sobbing, holding each other like they're the only two people in the universe. The mother's hands shake as she runs them through Emma's hair, checking her face, her arms, making sure she's real, making sure she's safe. Oh, God. Oh, God, baby, I'm so sorry. I turned around for 1 second. You were right there, and then you were gone. I found him, Mommy, Emma sobs. He helped me. He didn't leave me. The mother looks up. Her eyes find Marcus standing a few feet away, and tears pour down her face. She stands, pulling Emma with her, and rushes over. Thank you, she chokes out, her voice raw with emotion. Thank you so much. I can't even thank you. It's okay. Marcus says quietly, his own throat tight. She's safe. That's all that matters. The mother hugs Emma tighter, kissing the top of her head over and over. And then, just before they leave, Emma pulls away from her mother and runs back to Marcus one more time. She wraps her tiny arms around his legs in the tightest hug her little body can manage. Thank you for not leaving me, she whispers into his suit jacket. And that's when it hits him, like a sledgehammer straight to the chest, like the floor just opened up beneath him. Thank you for not leaving me. Marcus's throat closes. His eyes burn. His hands start shaking. Because 23 years ago, someone else said those exact words to him. His daughter, Sarah. She was 7 years old. He was 30, hungry, ambitious, obsessed with building his empire, chasing success, climbing higher, proving to the world, to his own father who never believed in him, that he mattered. He missed her recital, missed her birthday, missed her first day of school, missed everything that mattered because he was too busy chasing things that didn't. And one night, after he missed her school play, the one where she had the lead role, the one she'd been practicing for months, she looked up at him with tears streaming down her 7-year-old face and said, Daddy, please don't leave me. And he did. Not physically. He didn't abandon her. He paid for everything. Best schools, best clothes, best everything money could buy. But in every way that actually mattered, he left. He chose the company, the deals, the power, the millions, the success that was supposed to fill the void, but only made it deeper. And now, 15 years later, his daughter won't even return his calls. The last time they spoke, she was 22. She told him she didn't need his money anymore, didn't need anything from him, that he'd made his choice a long time ago, and she'd finally accepted it. That was 3 years ago. Emma, and her mother disappear into crowd, hand in hand. Whole again. Marcus stands there in the middle of Terminal C, surrounded by hundreds of people, completely alone, shattered. His phone buzzes again. Another email, another meeting, another crisis that supposedly can't wait, another meaningless win in a game he's not even sure he wants to play anymore. He stares at the screen, and then, slowly, deliberately, his hand shaking, he opens his contacts, scrolls past hundreds of names, business partners, investors, people who want something from him, until he finds the one that matters. Sarah. His finger hovers over her name. What if she doesn't pick up? What if it's too late? What if he destroyed the one thing that ever really mattered, and there's no coming back from it? But he presses call anyway, because a 6-year-old girl in a red jacket just reminded him what it feels like to show up for someone. It rings. Once. Twice. 3 times. Marcus closes his eyes, prepares for voicemail, prepares for rejection, prepares for the silence he deserves. And then, Dad. Her voice. Cautious, guarded, surprised. But there, Marcus's breath catches. Tears stream down his face right there in the middle of the airport. Sarah, he whispers, his voice completely broken. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know I don't deserve it. I know I don't deserve you. I know I destroyed everything. But I need you to know you were never the problem. I was so lost, Sarah. I've been lost for so long, and I didn't even know it until tonight. Silence. Long, heavy, painful. He can hear her breathing on the other end. Where are you, Dad? She finally asks, her voice soft. Lax. Terminal C. Another pause. Longer this time. I'm 20 minutes away, she says, and he can hear her voice crack too. I'll come get you. Marcus closes his eyes, his whole body shaking now. Okay, he breathes. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Not anymore. Okay, she whispers. I'll see you soon. The line goes quiet. Marcus sits down on a cold metal bench, still in his expensive suit, still surrounded by strangers, still technically alone. But for the first time in years, maybe in his entire life, Marcus Hale doesn't feel lost anymore, because a little girl in a red jacket with a green backpack and a cream-colored beanie reminded him of something he'd forgotten. That success means nothing if you're standing on top of the world with no one to share it with. That millions in the bank mean nothing if the people who matter most don't know you care. That power and prestige and everything he'd spent decades chasing can't fill the void left by the people you pushed away. And that sometimes, the most important thing a man could do isn't build an empire or close a deal or prove he's the smartest person in the room. It's just show up, be there, stay. Millions in the bank. 0 people who cared. 1 lost little girl in a red jacket. 1 question that shattered everything. Are you lost too, mister? He was, but not anymore